Hi everybody, Salty Stark here. Today we're going to be doing something different. We're actually going to go through the patch notes on for global. So just so we could look at what they decided to add in, if there's anything different between global and North America, for example, uh, and just see what the overall status of what they're trying to do is. So you got White Castle. You get they also released the set, which is an outfit set to increase archer attack type. I just released a video on how to do White Castle, so if you're new and you want to learn how to do White Castle, please look at that video. It goes over what to avoid, how to do it, all that kind of stuff. I will say it's probably not the most meticulous in terms of like ordering and stuff. We're kind of just bouncing off the wall a little bit, but it does and pretty much cover everything about White Castle. So of course, area exploration quest. White Castle's been added in Castle and exploration class. So these are just quest lines for White Castle. You do get a light dark 5 awaken A2 hero weapon from it because all the drops from White Castle are going to be A2 and up. So you want to make sure that you've transcended and at least gotten to level 61. So you can equip that stuff if you want to wear that gear. I personally don't. I farmed all the subjugation gear, and that's what I use until Naraka. But we're also getting Foggy Princeton is going from 3 times a week instead of doing once daily, and you can support once a week. Support once a week should cost 750 if it's anything like North America, but you are guaranteed to get 5-star legend equipment. So it really does help the new player get into the game. Um, but I don't think it matters that much. They're also adding Guild Raid. Uh, so Guild Raid, I have an older video on Guild Raid. It doesn't really go in depth to how Guild Raid works and stuff like that. So we'll just read out if they have how Guild Raid works in here. We'll just read that out. If not, we'll do a further in-depth video later on. Without it probably won't have gameplay in it though, just because it's hard. Yeah, I can't record in one shot a video and gameplay. So but you get 2 entries per week, and you're fighting a Zelzel Renegade. It has 2 versions, a dark and light version, and you have to basically monitor the towers and make sure that one side doesn't get too far to one side isn't more than the other side, like, or else it will ult, and then it takes less damage and it's harder to clear. So I'll probably do a guild raid video tomorrow or soon. Um, Further going into that, we also got Brawl. Things to note: you have to finish Act 2. You have to have 2 attribute and 8 monsters to enter Brawl. In case they pick all 4 of the monsters you had. It has a separate ranking system in Challenge Arena, so don't think they intertwine and affect each other. Here are the timelines for each specific place. So in Europe, it's 10 to 13, Asia 10 to 13, Japan 10 to 13. Depending on your time zones and stuff like that, it's the end game time is 10 to 13. Brawl seals can be obtained upon completing a game, so you can get seals from Brawl. Here's the pick order. Exit in the pick a ban phase, and no game result in defeat. Yep. So people like to FF a lot sometimes if they get intimidated by your picks when you're a lower rank. So that does happen a lot. You ban the opponent's main weapon, and then so both at the same time, ban main weapons, ban attribute weapons, and then first pick selects 1 monster, second pick selects 2. Select 2 monsters from the first pick, select 2 from the second pick, pick a monster for your first pick. And then ban 1 monster. It goes without saying, you cannot pick the same monster as your opponent. Once that monster's locked in, your opponent can't pick it. So, and vice versa. Just under the lower victory points always will have first pick. So this is a 1-to-1 ratio. Brawl is cross server. So if you're in Vertihile, you can play, or if you're in Asia, you can play with anyone else in the region of Asia. Same with EU and same with Japan. I don't know if they can play together. I believe they cannot. It does not actually say in here, does it? So it doesn't actually clarify, but based off the time zones, I'd say that they cannot, just because they don't line up to each other. So it's region specific, I would say. So what can happen if you're the top ranked person, though, or like let's say you're G2 doing good, and then you go against a G1 and you're still first pick. It just means that their region might be, or actually G2 is a bad example. You're G3, because G3 is whenever you get into the G3, 4, and 5s. You can be second pick even if you're the higher rank. It just goes strictly off of who has more points, is what I'm trying to say here. So, new vampire hunters are finally out in NA and here. So, you also get a Wind Vampire journal, or Wind Vampire monster story to unlock the Wind Vampire, as well as we can now get the Martial Cat and Water Howl for monster story. So, and some adventure record objectives will be changed. What's this? So, collection challenges. So here's the collection challenges. Here's a tutorial one. If you complete all 4 of them, you get Mystical Scrolls, Equipment Challenge 1. You get a 5-star Hero Rune box and a bunch of rare and hero runes. Monster pieces, you can get a lot of scrolls from there. All you have to do is complete the challenges. Once you complete all 3 of the easy ones, for example, you'd get a 3-star hero box. Normal, you get you get a 4-star hero box. Slightly hard, you get a 4-star hero box as well. Then you get these scrolls. They're really not great rewards so far, so I don't. The 5-star Devilmon's the only one that really seems like really, really good. The Rune Challenge one actually looks pretty good too because you get all these rainbow on, but these hero runes don't matter. The Breath of Life and stuff like that, that's relatively cheap for what it's trying to tell you to collect, so that's good. As well as the Mystic Scrolls. This one's good, and I'd say the Devil one's good. So you have a little bit of mix of like good and mess kind of stuff, so it's not bad there. Friendly battles will be added, where you can friendly battle other people. It's very easy to set up. They don't have spectator mode or anything like that yet, or like a lobby mode. So it's just going to be a 1v1, and you can just change it, or you can set up the settings for, I don't know why it says rules and privacy. All you can decide right now is who gets to pick first and who gets to pick second. That's all there is for the rules and stuff. But hopefully they'll add more later. New skins for the Polar Queens. They look really nice. I think they're amazing. Fire, Water, Wind, Light, Dark attribute towers are expanded to 70 now. So if you already got to 50, you can push even further now, which is always nice. They're adding the Lightheart Magician to the game. And then they added all the bounty hunter or the vampire hunters into the game, so we'll go. We'll probably do a separate video on the vampire hunters and what I think about them, but for now, based off of what they do, there might be some potential in some of them. I always like remove beneficial effects. The only problem is the current meta for NA anyways is everything can get one shot really easy if it's not a tank, so we'll see how that goes. Looks like they did a straight lateral buff to Cleave. Looks like it's probably for when attacking creatures, so it looks like it's probably for just PvE changes. Except for this one, looks like it's probably good. That's just a straight lateral buff as well as this one. So when attacked by it, reduces damage taken by 20%. So those are 2 buffs for PvP for sure, but the rest of it doesn't look as strong because it says when attacking creatures. And I think creatures and monsters are 2 different things. So Water Orb, yeah. I can't tell if this is a buff or not. Basically, it changed it from a level 1 attack speed to, or from 20 seconds to level 3 attack speed for 14 seconds. It was 1.2 before. Now, our level 1's 1.2 attack speed, whereas level 3 is 1.4 attack speed. So over time, or for quick succession, it's better. But over time, it's actually worse scaling wise, I believe. And then they did buff the healing and shield and everything, and the area range for removing harmful effects was increased too. So that's a good buff right there. Um, they changed for every summer. They changed the ultimate gauge bonus as well as Summer's Call. Now it only costs, or now it takes 150 seconds for something to res compared to 300. I'm getting into the buffs and nerfs for monsters now. Window Gauge and the Light Polar Queen's Brutal Order will not increase ultimate gauge anymore unless it hits or if the skill does not hit, so you cannot just stack it before you get into a fight. Or in Battlefield you can't stack it before you get into a fight, and Rage you can't stack it before you go into the raid. So that's a really good change. There's a lot of cheese strats that you could do to clear Spire floors and stuff like that. Fire Monkey, he got a huge change. He's now completely immune to CC. Before he just could remove CC effects on like a 4-second cooldown on himself. And now he gets all these buffs whenever he gets CC'd, or whenever something attempts to CC him, comparatively before where it was just he'd get them when he cleansed CC. So the Dark Monkey, he got buffed too. He has a higher chance of applying level 1 defense down, and he can guarantee to stun with a level 4 defense down or above. And he also, and if they're stunned, he increases the damage up by 100%. They kind of did like this a little bit different than how they do in NA, so it's a little bit harder for me to read. But the Panda Warrior Light's continuous effect just got a lot stronger. They put suppress the skill cooldown effect by 80%. And when the enemy receives a skill cooldown and decrease in effect, level 1 mana regen speed up for 5 seconds onto your summoner. And he applies mana regen speed up to the team summoner if the enemy receives a cooldown effect. Yeah, they said that very weird. They just said this, it's right there. So I'm guessing this is because it's translated to English from other languages, but they probably just copy pasted in all honesty is what it looks like. But the NA patch notes are a little bit easier to read if you do need to, because we have the same buffs and debuffs on it. So I know I will be making a separate video for NA since we got different content. Occult Girl Wind, she got her Teddy appears and during the battle apply skill deceleration to the enemy target every 10 seconds. And now it's level 1 skill deceleration for 14 seconds, so it'll permanently stack. When the enemy summoner gains mana, you get level 1 mana cost up for 14 seconds now. Light Guardian, they just changed the skill cooldowns on her abilities. I mean, Light Occult Girl, they changed her Light Guardian Angel's skill cooldowns as well as mana. It used to be like 40 seconds, now it's 32, and it used to be 6 mana compared to 5. Same thing with the Dark Guardian Angel Occult Girl skill. So the 5-star Sky Dancer Water, level 1 attack up, decrease the duration, just lateral buff. I actually really like that. I think that's a big change because decreasing the duration of harmful effects actually feels pretty strong. Just because it may not help you in terms of like instantly getting cleansed, but there's not many AoE cleansers in the game. The only one I could think of is Juno, and then Cha-Cha can AoE cleanse. Kind of AoE. He AoE pushes effects onto a different unit. So, then the Beetle Knights, they buffed all of them, it seemed like. So whenever a team member's beneficial effect is stolen or removed, it applies a shield that equals to 15% of its max HP for 7 seconds. The Dark One has a chance, upon getting has a 10% chance of applying level 1 poison. And then all the passives now will proc even if the provoke immunity is on cooldown. Motion speed and effect range improved, and then or for all the Beetle Knights too. So their skill 1 will go off a lot quicker. Before you could literally just walk out of it. Probably you could literally go down the street. In all honesty, take a sip of tea, go read the daily news, and then dash out of it if you really had to. But you could still probably have enough time to walk out of it. And then the Dark Vagabond got this press the skill cooldown up and down by effect by 80% chance. So we're also getting the spring outfit released. So here are all the spring outfits. People like them. I think the Cleef one kind of looks clean. I actually like the whole look for it, but the rest of them is very bland in my opinion. I hate the hair for this one. The outfit itself's not too bad, but and the Kina, you know, it's a spring Kina. It's what I think it would look like. And then it looks like you guys are getting the spring picnic event too on the 24th. So today. Is this actually live in game right now? I don't remember seeing this. I could be wrong. There's a lot of events going on right now, though, so it could be very possible that it's live. It says we're supposed to have these 3 events: play a mystical summons event, find secret dungeon event, arena super wheel, guild event, conquest or conquer the attribute tower 2, and begin synergy, which is the guild raid event. So now they just gave us quality of life 2, where you could do 20 times instead of only doing 15. The cost of instant completing a Sky Stones was changed from 50 crystals per minute to 5, so it's a lot cheaper now. It costs like 12,000 before. You can exchange any remaining event currency for gold. I don't think you guys have any. Rainbow powder, I guess. And then they're also saying 1 trowel for the Bastet event is 7 gold. Oh, and they improved their arena rank achievements. Before you had to start at bronze 1 and slowly work your way up through the seasons in order to complete those. Obviously, no one has those done unless they quit the game. So that is now a thing, and that's all the patch notes. Let's go take a look at the actual events now. So we take a look at the actual events. We got these. So here's the plenty of mystical summons. It lasts for 13 days. So if you want to try your luck to see what the next banner is going to be after Annabelle, you can hold it for that. They do not have that other event that they said, as you can see, with the packages and stuff. I think they didn't translate the patch notes correctly from NA. So. And then they have the beginning of the secret dungeon, or beginning of guild raids. So you participate in guild raids, you can get all this stuff. This stuff's all this is used to make 5-star legendary runes and 6-star legendary runes whenever they come out. And then we got finding the secret dungeons. All you do is open up secret dungeons. Very important to do because you get a lot of free stuff. It's a lot of free stuff, you know. So make sure to go out, just do some secret dungeons in your free time. You also get 160 Breath of Life when supporting a secret dungeon, so it's just completely worth to do. And then you have the Conquer the Spire Towers, Conquer the original one, and then I believe they said they had to conquer the second one now. That after you finish this original one, it'll go and you can get the second one done. The normal stuff there. We have guild requests. You can get a devil one from that, and you can get, you know, some other stuff. It's not really good, but it's not bad. You know, free stuff's free stuff. And then this is really good now. Before you just get like 3 of these, 5 on this side, 1, 2, 500. They actually really upped this wheel, and that was a huge change. That's like super good. So. I think that's all I have. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, but let's put hashtag guild raid at the bottom or in the comment section if you made it all the way to the end. And please consider subscribing if you enjoy the videos. I'm trying to regularly post about new content as well as fun ideas and stuff like that. So thank you guys and have a good one.